Hello. Happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? Let me see. Let's make some late lunch, early dinner. Eggs and sausage. Maybe let me maybe like this. Okay, maybe like that. Oh yeah. You guys can watch me cook. You can watch me cook. Maybe like that. Hello, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday, guys. I'm making a quick, very late lunch. Hi, how are you? I've been busy decluttering my place, so I haven't eaten much. So I'm making some sausage and what's that? An egg, scrambled egg. I'm starving. Thank you for the like. Thank you for the like, guys. I don't know what to put the camera, honestly. Should I put you guys on top? Yeah, let's put you guys on top. Okay, that's much better. Much better. How's your Friday going? I took the day off today because I was so exhausted yesterday. So I gave away my shift. Because my feet are killing me. Hi guys, welcome. Happy Friday. Mm. How's your day going? I'm making a quick late lunch. Hello, how are you? Ladder route 9. How are you? Mm. Happy Friday. What's going on? Good. Where are you joining from? Which part of the world are you joining from? I'm in Canada. I'm a Canadian babe. Oh, I'm in Ontario. I'm in Ontario. I'm in just outside of Toronto. Are you in Ontario as well? Oh, you're in BC. Oh, I've never been to BC. It's crazy. Yeah, I've never been to BC. I've been to, where have I been? Nova Scotia. I've been to Quebec, but I haven't made it out there. How's the weather today in BC? Today is kind of wet snow rain. Oh yeah. Yeah, BC is beautiful. But you know what the complaints I get from people? Oh, nice. You're so lucky. Oh my goodness. You're so lucky. I was talking to somebody yesterday and they said, oh my God, I'm tired of the winter already. I said, winter just started. The winter just started. What are you talking about? You're tired. I know, right? I'm like, my friend, winter is not, it's not even the middle of winter yet, you know? Like the severe winter. Yeah. But, yeah. It's so depressing. Yeah. Winter is so depressing. I think this year has for me, it's very cold. Yeah, it is very cold. I think it was last week. I think it was last week or the week before. It was like minus 15 plus the wind chill. It's like felt like minus 30. Yes, I know. I know. And it's even worse if you're in northern parts of Ontario. It's severe. Like people cannot dig out. Like we had yesterday, no, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, we had like a kind of, I think uh, it wasn't like to me, it wasn't severe storm, but for those people who are up north, it like we had staffing level, I think maybe 85% of our staff did not show up at work because a lot of them, they live up north and they get a lot of snow. And we had like ice storm. So yeah, there were like a couple of people at work only. That's why I'm so tired because the last 2 days we've been working with a skeleton crew. So I was exhausted. So I gave my shift away to somebody. because I'm like, I cannot work tomorrow if I work today because my legs are killing me. You know? Yeah, it was bad. No, I'm in gaming industry. I'm in gaming industry. Yeah, it's an interesting field. I know. Very interesting. It's a lot of fun though. It's a lot of fun, but when you have issues, it's such, yeah. Yeah. You know, the amount of money that is wasted in that industry? Hmm. Oh, what? Just, customer service, nothing too fancy. Customer relation. But the job is mentally taxing though, I find it. When you're dealing with people in any, yeah, when you're dealing with people, it can be mentally taxing. Whether you're in healthcare or you're in some kind of service-based industry, it's very mentally taxing. But it's rewarding at the same time, yeah. I like my job. It's just tiring. I can't complain. But working with people, it makes you, if you allowed it, or you're in retail, oh my God. I'm sure you have lots of stories, huh? Customers, stories. Yeah, I know. Not now, but when I was younger, I think when I was still going like to school, I was just finishing high school. Do you remember when Eaton's was still open? I think the last year before Eaton filed for bankruptcy, I worked at Yorkdale location, and we had it's like actually to this day I remember this story. Eaton's, yeah, the Eaton company before they closed the stores. I remember there was this lady who came in. She bought, yeah, so she came in and she had underwear that she bought. My eyebrows are not perfect, darling. They're crooked. I'm thinking of going and get them microblading, but I don't want to spend the money, But yeah, so this lady, she was an elderly lady, bought an underwear that she bought from, I think 1989. 1989, and this was like, I think 1998 or 90. Yeah, 1998 or 99 or something like that. And underwear is worn, looks old. She said, I know. She wanted to return the underwear. I'm like, and I was working at the teller, right? I was working at the teller. I'm like, ma'am, we cannot return this underwear. Like, it's been like, she did not even have a receipt. She did not even have a receipt. If she had a receipt, I think they would have just returned it. But because she didn't have a receipt, they said, so no, ma'am. And she made such a big stink. Such a big stink. And back then, they say customer is always right. Huh? Customer is always right. So they returned, and underwear was bought in 1989. Can you believe it? Hmm? And I understand now why Eden went bankrupt. And I think I know why now. If you go and buy any, I think swimsuit, undergarment, anything that, that touches your private area, even today, customers, I don't think people really care. Yes, yeah, kind of, but yeah. It depends what industry. I think like a certain industry, like hospitality, any hospital like hotels, restaurants, and all that kind of thing. Customer is always right because their business depend on. But in my industry, yes, sort of. But there's a limit to that. If you're doing too much, yeah, they're not gonna put up with it. Yeah, so I understand why, and because people have this mentality, customer is always right. They think that they can mistreat the staff, right? They can mistreat the staff and they can misbehave and all that kind of thing. That's why there's so much high turnover. So yeah, so yes, I know people take advantage. They really do take advantage. I remember when I started my job, and we used to, I haven't heard it in a long, long time. You used to say, I am paying your salary. I'm paying your salary. I'm saying, thank you so much. I'm sure I'm paying somebody's benefit. We are all paying something. We are paying, we are all paying into each other's whatever benefits we get in society. Yeah, you are helping paying my salary. I appreciate, but I'm also paying somebody's welfare, paying somebody's medical. We all paying into each other's well-being, huh? Oh, well, I am South Asian, but you grew up in Nigeria. Wow. So do you speak pidgin? Do you speak? Yeah, so we are all paying into, but it's meant as an insult. I do. Oh my God, awesome. Huh? How many years did you grow up in Nigeria? All until you became an adult? Oh, I know. I wish I can speak pidgin. You know how the Nigeria, when they're so mad at you, the way they will be cussing you out is so sweet. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. No, I'm not Nigerian. I'm South Sudanese. Yeah. Yeah. Don't be messing with Nigerian people. They will cuss you out proper, proper. Especially when I watch the 12 years. Mm-hmm. Yes. Awesome. Good for you. Somebody gets on your nerves, you make sure you cuss them out properly in pidgin, Yeah. And sometimes I hear stories on TikTok. People are just, say, don't be messing up with these Nigerian people. They'll put in your place and they will do with such elegant, Nigerian pidgin language has so many, awesome ways of putting words. They will be insulting you. Proper. Huh? Okay, no problem, darling. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know. I know. Luckily, my job pays very well, so sometimes these customer service job, you put up with nonsense, but it doesn't pay you very well. So, yeah, thank you so much. Take care. Ricardo. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ricardo. Thank you so much. God bless you too. Thank you. Get me all chit chat, yeah? Get me all chatty up. Thank you. Have a blessed day. You know, if you're not very chatty on these lives, it's like, you know, people are bored. Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye. Mm. Somebody's tapping something above. Hey, Zane, how are you? Happy Friday, Zane. You want me to leave? No, no, don't leave. Don't leave. Oh my goodness. No, no, no. Please don't leave. I did leave. Oh. Don't leave. Come on now. I thought you said you're gonna go. Huh? Hmm? Africans, we don't ask people to leave. Hmm? You stay. Stay as long as you want. Yeah. You know how here in the West, when you go to somebody's house, make sure you time yourself. Don't overstay your welcome, because especially Canadians, we are very passive. You know, we like doing things to give the person the hint, but you don't say. I'm originally from South Sudan. Oh, I love it. I don't know. I'm used to it now. Well, make sure you have a car. If you don't have a car, you will suffer proper. You know, before I start driving, it was such a pain in the wintertime. You have to carry your stuff and then get to where you need to go. Where am I from? I'm originally from South Sudan. I'm Sudania. Do I get family? Yeah, I have family. I have lots of family. I come from a big family. But my family don't like the social stuff, so, you know, I keep them out. But yeah, you know, South Sudanese, we come from our families are big. Did you know in South Sudan, men can marry more than one wife? My mom, second wife to my dad. Yeah. Yeah, so my mom, second wife to my dad. In Nigeria, Ricardo, do they is it all the tribes in Nigeria that believe in polygamy, or only in some? You know, because there are some who do it, but they do it on the down low. Did you know that? Huh? There are some who practice polygamy, but they do it. They don't do it the legal way. You know, they don't do it the legal way. They do it. One is a legal partner, and then the other ones are just, you know, because they believe in the tradition. How do they do it in Canada? You're basically the second or the third are not legally recognized. Which, as a woman, why would I do that, right? Why would I be married to somebody who's I'm not legally recognized? If something happened to them, my children and I are not going to benefit anything, you know? But yeah, some do. I've heard them, like they bring their second wives. I mean, it's something that's not spoken out to, like they bring their second or third partner as their maybe cousins, sisters, and all that kind of thing. Well, And then in the States, they have, I think part of the States, they have, they practice polygamy, but it's not legally recognized. So that they isolate themselves from society. Do you remember that cult group a while back? I think they were like traveling. Oh my God. This thing is very, very common. Yeah. This thing is very common. And usually it does happen if you as and this is African in general, African guys in general, when they go abroad, when they go abroad, they will marry a local woman, and it depends on what kind of family they come from. Depend what kind of family they come from. So they will marry a local woman for, I don't know, to be settled and all that kind. They will have children. And if sometimes their family will pressure them to have to marry a woman back home. And some of them, I don't know what's the percentage, some of them will marry a woman from back home, whether it's Nigeria, you know, other Uganda, Kenya, or a lot of them, some of them will do that, and they will not tell their wife because their wife abroad, because if she finds out, she's going to divorce you. She's going to take everything you have. So a lot of them, they hide it, and the family help them hide it. So you know, let's say you're a Caucasian woman or any other ethnic group, you think your husband is your own. Your husband is going every year to their home country, or every couple of years, I gotta visit my family. You know, my mom is sick, my dad is sick, my dog is sick. Oh, I gotta go. You. If your husband is doing this regular visits and they're not inviting you to go back home, my sister, huh? Make sure we go with that man, because that man probably has a second wife, a third wife, and with 5 kids. So I tell like women who are, I'm like, if you're going to date an African man, please make sure you go back home. Ricardo, my accent is coming out. Huh? If you, especially if you're not an African woman, if you're not a black woman, huh? I'm Afghani. Muslim in hey, eat. What is it? Is it eat? Yeah. Ramadan. Happy Ramadan to you, my friend. Happy Ramadan. Yeah, so okay, I met Ethiopian and African. I know yes, I know. It happened. Listen, people do what they make them happy. I'm not a judgmental person. Happy Ramadan, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm not Muslim, but I remember when we were back home in South Sudan, Ramadan season was the best. The amount of food, and you know, Muslim people are very generous. A lot of Muslims are very generous. They'll be cooking. Oh, the amount of food, you know? So yeah. You know, it does happen. Like, and these Western women sometimes they get really hurt because they find out the husband is sending all this money back home, thinking it's only for the mom and dad and the siblings. But no, they have a whole family back home, you know? Yeah, oh yeah, no problem. You don't have to be Muslim to celebrate Ramadan, you know? At the end of the day, it's the same God we celebrate. Yeah, so yeah. So it's funny, and you know, sometimes I'm like, okay, if you love your culture that much, you know, maybe, you know, go and practice it back home, because sometimes you're hurting people, you know. And if you're gonna do it, make sure you find a woman who's a local woman who is into that, right? Who is into that. I think in me, and also this. Sometimes there's pros and cons and all these having multiple wives. Connection is weak. Yeah, yeah. Sage, how are you? Yeah. So it when it comes to jokes apart. Yeah, it is. And sometimes they don't even find out until the person passes on. You know, I heard a story, I think it was through, I think it was another platform. And this guy, he was mixed. Move closer. Yeah, he was mixed, and I think his mom is white, and his dad is an African, and he came to the States, and he he grew up. He thought, oh, family's good, is good, is good, and then when his dad passed away, he discovered his dad's name is not his birth name, and he discovered his dad was living a double life. Can you imagine finding out after your dad, you thinking your dad is who they are and all of them? His dad had a different name to them. So his dad came to the States. He adopted a different name, and he has a whole family somewhere else. I don't know whether it was in back in Africa or in other parts, but the whole family, a whole like, I the story seems like it's a Netflix, a Netflix documentary. I'm like, I was shook. I'm like, can you imagine finding out your dad is not who he is, and on top of it, he was been living a double life all his life. Jesus. Hmm. Yeah. So, and yeah, it's very shocking. And I think that, especially for men, the reason why they marry these local women is because they want to feel like they are assimilated. And also the benefits of marrying someone who roots have been built here, for a few generations. Yeah, that's a lot of coffee. I know, I know, I know. Look at my mug. Hocus pocus. My Ray Dan mugs are so huge. Yeah. So that's why some of these guys, they marry local women because they want to like have a sense of family and community. We just finished 3 blueberry. Did you make the blueberry muffins? Is it homemade or bought? Yeah. So that's why that these men, they marry local women to have a sense of community. No, but okay, to have a sense of community, but they still want to have like a woman from back home. You know, it's funny. In my community, South Sudanese community, um, some of the guys, they bring their wives here. And as women, we adopt very easily. Women cannot, you can put a woman in a desert and she will find a way to survive. So sometimes some men, some of our men, they will they will feel like they're not a man anymore because the woman can fend for herself. She can work. She has her own money. She's not as dependent. And sometimes some of our guys, they'll become butthurt because they cannot behave any way. They cannot be like mistreating the woman, and the woman will just be at the corner, you know, crying and not saying anything. So some of them, they will leave. They would not even divorce the woman. They'll just go back home and marry a woman from the village because I am a man. I need a submissive wife. I need a submissive wife. I know, it's crazy. And at the end of the day, it doesn't even work out well for them because the woman they go and marry in the village, her family, yeah, like the woman's family is going to expect him to pay a dowry. It's going to expect him to help care for them, like to support them, especially if they're in a village and they're not a family that are coming from, you know, they don't have wealth in terms like they don't have property like farms and all that. So he's going to suffer because he has to support the second wife and her family and the future children. So they don't realize, you know, just because you're butt hurt and you don't feel like a man to go and bring another person into your family, and then they will suffer with you, you know? So yeah. Ricardo, would you marry a second wife if you wanted to? If you can afford it? With the agreement of your first wife if you were married. I don't know if you're married or not. Or you're still a young person. Oh, you're not allowed to. Okay, there you go. So, yeah, a lot of African countries, men are allowed to. I think in the Muslim Islamic culture, you can, but only if you can afford to provide for all of them, right? It's the same thing with South Sudanese, but the guys, they don't follow it. Oh yeah, it's very common actually. It is so common. Even to this day, even among people who have higher education, it's very common, you know. It's very common. I see on one of the platform, they were like I think it was during things Valentine's Day, not this one, but last year. This guy went to a party with his two wives. Yeah, living with his two wives, trying to compete for his affection. I said, God forbid. God forbid. But those women are brought up in the culture, like you know, they believe in culture. A woman like me, like if you're gonna have a second wife, I want to have a second husband. Then you do, I do. Hmm? Hmm? You do, I do. An eye for an eye. That's funny. But the funny thing, Ricardo, can a man love two women the same? You know? Can a man love two women the same if they have multiple wives? Because I don't think a man can can love two women the same, or a man cannot love two women at the same time. I can see there. Mm, You're probably right. It's possible. It's possible. So I think maybe it depends how you are, you as a person, as a man, is wired. You know, I don't think you can love two people the same way because the each person has different qualities that they come with. Mm. It's like a woman, you know, when you're dating different people, different times of your life, when while you're single, you don't love the men that you've dated the same way. Each person has different characters that you love. Yeah, yeah, I know, I know. Mm. Traditional, yeah, traditional. But you know, I actually was thinking that, especially now, with the way the dating world it is, I think I'll probably, if I'm looking to get married, I would probably want, if I was younger, looking to get married, I probably would want my folks to do arranged marriages, to make an arranged marriage for me, because the dating pool is trash. People just wanna get into your knickers. The first date, they wanna get into your knickers. You know, probably I would probably prefer an arranged marriage because people be fooling around too much. You know, you hear stories, people be dating for like 5 years, 7 years, sometimes even 10. Those who are, yeah, yeah. And then they turn around, oh, I'm not ready. After 10 years, you're not ready. No? Hmm? I'm like, I stopped dating. I stopped dating. You know what? There was, oh, can we go for a coffee? I did like coffee dates once. No, twice. Because, you know, my work schedule doesn't allow evening going on dates. Yeah. Good old days relationship. My friend, done. So I said, oh, you know, somebody said to me, oh, DinkaBabe, be open-minded. Somebody I care about. DinkaBabe, be open-minded. Come on, don't be so rigid. Huh? Don't be so rigid. Be open-minded. I said, okay. All right, DinkaBabe is going to be open-minded. Let's see what DinkaBabe can, you know, explore. So DinkaBabe, huh? Ah, I am single at the moment. I want to be single for a while. I want to be single for a while. Yeah. So anyway, so I think a bit be open minded. Don't be so rigid. You know. So anyway, I went on two coffee dates. Those were like the biggest mistake. One of them, it was interesting. I think he was like I think he was South Asian. I think he was Indian. I think, yeah, Indian or Pakistani. The other one was an African guy. I think he was Liberian. Hey, Liberian. Yeah, the Indian guy was okay. Like, you know, the chemistry wasn't there, you know, it's fine. But the Liberian guy, we met on, I think it was afternoon, because I think that day I was like, I was supposed to work a little bit later on. I said, you know what? Let's meet. Let's meet on a coffee date. Like, let's meet for a coffee. So I'm a stickler of being on time. So I was like 10 minutes early. I waited. I messaged him. So he said, "Oh, I'm like 5 minutes away." I said, "Okay." And where we were, there's a Tim Horton. I said, "Okay." There's a lineup. It's like 10 people deep. So I said, "Okay." He's gonna be here in 5 minutes. By the time he comes, he will join me in the line and then he'll pay for the coffee. No problem. So I wait in line. He comes, gives me a hug. And then I thought he's standing beside. No, the man was sitting down. He was sitting. He went and found a. So he left me in line to buy the coffee. And me, as being Canadians, we are so polite to our detriment. You know, we are so polite. So I said, "Oh, what would you like?" What would you like? He said, "Can I have tea?" I said, okay. So I knew right then that's a write-off. Like, not that I don't have my own money, but as a gentleman, so I ordered myself a small coffee. I ordered him tea. And I think I ordered a bagel or something because I haven't eaten anything. So I sat down and we start chit-chat, Canadian politeness sometimes. So anyway, and then he started saying, "Oh, what are you looking for?" I said, "You know what? I'm not really interested in anything." Yeah, I'm not interested in anything at the moment. I thought, be open-minded, but I don't think I'm ready to have anything at the moment. So because I said that, he said, "Oh, you know." So I asked him, "Are you single?" And he said, "Oh, I have a baby mama. I think he had a child with a Canadian woman, and things are not working out. I don't know if it's true or not, but." I said, "Oh, okay, cool, no problem." But then he said, "Oh, if you ever need any help, any service, you know what I mean? Like, adult service, let me know. I'll come to your place." I said, "Don't you have your own place?" He said, "Oh, I live with roommates." I'm like, in your big age and you have... Huh? In your big age and you have room. I'm not shaming, but how can you be dating when you don't have your own place? How can you be in your dating and you don't have, Yeah. So I said, "No, I don't do that. I don't do what they call hookups. Yeah. I don't do what those. So I care about my health. People be on the streets jumping from different sheets all the time. Like, no, I said, "No, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. I just want to get to know people without any of those too much things." He said, "Oh, are you sure? Are you sure?" I said, "Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure." And the funny thing, somebody said to me before, he said, "Stay away from these Liberian men." And I'm like, stereotypes are so bad. And I don't like stereotypes. But he said, "Oh my God, this guy is proving the stereotype that I heard." Yeah. So and I think at some point he was reaching out constantly. I know. Yeah, I hate stereotypes. But some people be like, they would be proving the stereotype. They would be proven, and you have to be an intelligent person to realize every culture, every group of people have, people with bad, you have to be conscious as a person that you cannot be brushing everybody with a toothbrush or whatever, because a few bad apples in the basket are like that. So yeah, it's like, yeah. So a few times he started be reaching out on WhatsApp, you know and say, "Oh, are you free? I can come and visit you." And I leave him on red. And I think at some point he got a hint, because I don't like leaving people on red. But some of these guys, if you respond, they think you're interested, and they will keep pestering you. So I just left him on red. I deleted a message. So yeah, that's why I don't date anymore, because I don't like wasting my energy. And then some guys are so thirsty. They start love bombing you. Huh? When I started dating, I didn't know what love, because I was in a relationship for a long, long time. So I didn't know what love bombing. They would be like, sweet talking. It's like the love bombing is sweeter than honey. Sweeter than honey. And then I don't know how I learned what love bombing. You know what? I learned it from a lady during a lockdown. I was watching this lady from the UK. From the UK, and she was talking about, she's like, talks about relationship and all that. And she was talking about different things, and one of the things she was talking about was love bombing. Said you gotta be careful. If you are as a woman or as a man and you're dealing with somebody, especially if you don't know the person well enough, and they start talking to you as if they've known you all their life, that's love bombing. I'm like, and of course I'm Googling what's the meaning of love bombing, and I'm like, I said, oh my God, all these guys that have gone on dates with and chatting on on messaging, these men will be love bombing me. Huh? They'll be love, and me, I'm a lover girl, So since I learned the word love bombing, I'm like, I'm cold. And I'll respond politely, but if somebody's trying to push it, and also, what do they call it? Sexting. I'm like, they'll be like, you don't know from nowhere, and you're talking to me like, yeah. So, so love bombing also turn off dating. Yeah. So maybe I need to find if I want to get married, maybe I need to call my people in the village and say, hey, DinkaBabe wants a husband now. Find a husband for me. Make arrangement. Make arrangement. Let them pay you the dowry. Yeah, you're welcome, Ricardo. Actually, I'm going to step off. I'm in the middle of doing something. I have things that I need to throw away, Too much clutter. I want to use my day off and not squander it. But I've done a live, and thanks you to Ricardo for, making me, very chatty. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You made my live very interesting. God bless you. All right. Hopefully you stop by again. All right. Thank you guys. Whoever stopped by, thank you. I appreciate all of you. I want to create a community here on my YouTube. So thank you, Ricardo. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Bye. Au revoir. Bye, guys. Have a blessed day. Have a good weekend. If you guys don't come across my live again. Yeah. Bye.